This is video 5 of the ccrp.org content contribution series. In this video, we're going to talk about the community of practice content type. We're going to talk about the anatomy of a COP page, the content type interface and the fields available there, and then we're going to learn how you can edit your community of practice page. Let's jump right in. Here we are back at the dashboard, still interacting with the site as a user who's interested in East and Southern Africa and FRNs. So as we use the My Regional Content dashboard and select on Communities of Practice, you'll see they're the only items listed there. We'll take a quick peek at the East and Southern Africa COP page. You'll see, keeping with our theme, we have a hero image followed by the title of our page in a gray bar. Below that, we have a listing of all of the countries involved in the community of practice, and also a link to see our interactive map centered over the East and Southern Africa community of practice. We have a grants listing, a context and strategy listing, a team member listing, a by the numbers section, some stories and learnings related to the region, resources related to the region, and news and updates related to the region. So how do we manage these fields? Some of these fields are managed using the community of practice content type, and others are brought into this page from other types of content based on their tagging. So in the case of grants, all of these items are being brought into this page because they contain the East and Southern Africa tag. The context and strategy blocks are managed using the community of practice content type, as are team members, and the by the number section. Stories and learnings are of the content type stories and learnings, and they're ported into this page because they're tagged with East and Southern Africa. Resources are all content of the resource content type that's been tagged with East and Southern Africa. And the same with news and updates. These are items created with the news and updates content type that have been tagged with East and Southern Africa. So let's scroll back up to the top. I'm going to show you a side-by-side view of this Communities of Practice page and the back end of this page. Okay, so here we are, side by side. We see our title, so of course controlling this section, our hero image, as we've seen before, managing the image spanning the top of the page. Our countries will be pre-selected. It's not likely that these will be changing too frequently. You can add or remove just by selecting an X or typing in the box. Context, 1 to 2 paragraphs summarizing the context of the region, assets, needs, and so on, is the next static content on the page, followed by strategy. Strategy should be about the same size, 1 to 2 paragraphs, 100 to 150 words. If we keep scrolling down this side, and also on the live page, we see our team member listing, and then we see these by the number columns. These by the number columns manage the sections within these circles. You'll see there's 3 of them. There's a stat value, the stat description, and then some additional text. You'll see those fields repeated 3 times, and those populate these 3 circles on the live page. So I think we can make one change to this page. Let's add Sarah to the team. I've selected her from the left-hand side. Her name is now gray, and she appears on the right-hand side. So I think we've made an update to the COP page. We'll scroll up to the top, hit update, and preview our changes. Scroll down, and there she is. Great. So management of this page is pretty simple because most of the content is going to be there, and a lot of this content is dynamic content that will be managed using other content types. If you do need to change something like context or strategy, team members, or you want to change the numbers on your COP page, you can do that using the community of practice content type. Other than that, most of the content is being pulled in from other areas of the site. I'm going to jump back to the dashboard because I think that pretty much covers managing your community of practice page.